It's not the wipers. The wipers fine, but it's the blowers because then it's going to fucking ruin the sound, Sam, huh? Think about it.
I like that Colton was willing to drive unsafely.
Yeah.
In order to preserve this shot.
Always. Look at these windows. You can't see shit.
I tried to do the Titanic hand thing. It doesn't come out very clean.
Oh my god.
Okay. Woo! Little rain.
Nice rainy day to go to the movies.
I'm excited because we're gonna go see Glass.
Glass. Let me just say, I'm excited for this movie.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
Where are you excited?
I like Unbreakable. And I liked Split a lot because James McAvoy's performance in it is insane.
Yeah, it's really good.
And then that last scene of Split, we find out, oh, this is a sequel to Unbreakable all this time. I don't think there's any evidence that says Glass could be bad.
He just always seems to tell stories where he's trying to like shoehorn in his big, genuinely cool, like emotional moments in his scripts, but at the expense of like anything making sense around the moment. Like see all the strings he's pulling. Oh, there goes Andy. That is a weak seatbelt.
Well, yeah, you got me a little bit there.
You know, some of the early word of mouth on Glass, it ain't great.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, I can't see any reason why you think it's bad. Like, I've read what people said about it. And
but listen, honestly, I don't know what it is, but hearing the hot take, I haven't had anything spoiled for it, but hearing that people aren't really liking Glass, I'm suddenly way more excited for it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm ready. But I think we have two options. It's either going to be The Village, or it's going to be The Happening. Right? And it's like, because The Village is a movie that
and I'm down to watch
almost works, in my opinion. It doesn't, it messes up at the end, but I think it almost works. And The Happening is not that. That is the opposite of
The Happening does not work on any level.
But both of those movies sound interesting to watch right now, because either it's going to be interesting and it almost works, or like just profoundly stupid.
Here at the Parkway.
All right. Well.
All right, let's do this. Glass.
Let's my bones. My bones.
I'm locked in.
That 19 years after Unbreakable and some undisclosed amount of time after Split, Glass is about Bruce Willis returning as the overseer to stop the Horde, but when they're captured and put into an insane asylum, they're brought face to face with Mr. Glass. And in typical Shyamalanian technique, not everything is as it seems. There's going to be some twists, there's going to be some turns, and they might not always work.
Hey, so let's drive 2/3 of the way home and then get there and then just drive in circles the block for the last third for about 2 hours. It was just boring, especially the last third of it was so boring. And
my criticism is very small. Like it's in a small area, and it's like if it hadn't been for like 10 of the worst dialogue lines I have ever heard that are all compacted in about a 20-minute period at the end of the film, and it's like the rest of the film is not doing that, but man, it just kneecapped itself right at the end with just being really proud of itself.
I was so incredibly bored for the first half of this movie.
Yeah, to me, I think the reason I didn't find the first half super boring is because I hadn't seen Split, so my intro to James McAvoy's character was like, it wasn't like, I think the movie did a good job for people that hadn't seen Split of like catching you up with what his deal was, so I gotta learn what his deal was. I truly didn't like have that many negative thoughts about the movie until the fucking end.
It's raining right now, so I just want to tell our viewers, if you hear the sound, that's my shitty windshield wipers.
That third act, on paper, if you write that third act for me, I'd be like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, totally.
And then, but the execution of it is unbelievably bad. Like it's amateur day at the theater did bad. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, to me, and it came down to even more than just some of the writing execution, which I agree. There's like stupid dialogue and stupid on the nose flashbacks and whatever. But the action scenes were just so prolonged and boring. It was just watching paint dry.
Every so often, and it usually involved James McAvoy's character, but then every so often there would be a scene, a singular scene that would come up that was interesting.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been to like a party or a concert that you were excited about for a really long time, and then you got there and all of a sudden it was just irritating and you didn't want to be there? Does that ever happen to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, something that you really wanted to do and then you got there and it's like, oh, this is a pain in the ass.
Yep.
That's that scene from the trailer where the three of them and her are in the room where they're all having like a group therapy session. I was so excited for that scene, and in practice, it was the biggest tedious pain in the ass.
Yeah. How many scenes do we have where James McAvoy just keeps changing personalities in front of the light?
I don't know,
like,
but I could have
how
more.
long?
I could have more.
How long was that doctor in there who he was like being cutesy towards on the floor? Like, I'm like, oh, this starts interesting, and then the doctor just stays for like 20 goddamn minutes, and you're just like, all right, I don't know why he's here.
Wouldn't you?
To that point, that was something that I liked more about Split as opposed to this movie. Was in Split, we were always with James McAvoy and we saw those character changes happen, and that's what made his performance to me so phenomenal in that movie. I felt like in this is like we keep cutting away from him, like, no, stay with him, he's interesting, he's doing stuff.
Guys, internet, I hate to tell you, we're still waiting for the Unbreakable sequel, because this didn't feel like an Unbreakable sequel. This felt like the characters from Unbreakable special guest starring in Split 2.
Gate.
All right, we're through the gate. Spoiler gate.
The whole twist of the movie, or the end twist, is that Samuel L. Jackson's character planned for them all to die on camera doing superhero things so everyone knows that they were superheroes, right? Which A is funny because if those videos came out on the internet, like a few people would share it and everyone would be like shocked, and then it would just just move on. What really bugged me is the fact that, okay, while they were there, very awkwardly there for reasons that didn't totally make sense, like all of the three like sidekick characters for our three heroes are there, and they all witnessed this happening. They witnessed the government, I don't know if it's the government, whatever.
Yeah.
They witnessed someone just killing their family. Then they just leave these three people alive, like these three witnesses, and it's just like, oh, if like, what would the harm be of killing them?
By the way, Bruce Willis' character dies.
All three of them die.
Yeah, they're all three dead.
You know, so one of the other big twists is that the whole time Sarah Paulson's character, who's been the psychiatrist who's been working with them, one of the big twists with her is that she is a part of this secret society, and the secret society, their whole mission that they've been a society, she insinuates they've been around for tens of thousands of years, and their whole mission is to find superpowered people and to kill them. Or
in a way that like also doesn't really make sense. It's because she's like, oh, if I convince them that they're not superheroes, they're no longer dangerous. And I'm like, I don't think
I ain't gonna work on
that makes any fucking sense.
The climactic point is supposed to be that Elijah accomplished his character arc for the over story, which is sort of sad to me because like it means at the end you have to kind of like feel bad for this mass murderer. Like, and I'm kind of a little bummed by that.
The dialogue,
and that's the moment the whole movie starts to fall apart.
Otherwise,
they show up at once.
Because otherwise, how could like the emotional ideas of the film be conveyed if it wasn't through people saying straight up dialogue to someone as they're dying?
The moment the credits started, we stood up and we left. Basically, did we potentially miss a mid-credit scene that has Mark Wahlberg connecting all these movies together,
or it ties into Past Airbenders somehow?
Or fucking Haley Joel Osment being like the Ghost Watcher, that's his superhero title, with his little beard and his huge face.
I don't think I can recommend this movie to anyone.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
I think I agree with you. It's like a loose box of things that you like, and you just shake it up. That doesn't mean it's a coherent whole, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Let's go watch something that could be good.
Split it is.
We need to start seeing more good movies on this show.
Wait, didn't you watch Spider-Verse?